Minecraft. Very fun was my experience playing Final Fantasy. This is the final episode of this series where I finish my conversation with 3-2, the map creator. He has updated the map to Final Fantasy 2.0, which is ready for Minecraft 1.2, and so if you guys want to play it, there'll be some new traps and things going on inside that map, so you should check it out. But let's go ahead and finish up the conversation and talk about the rest of the map. And so, once you got disc number 11, which was it intentional that kind of the Broken Wizard seemed like it was going to be the hardest area to attack, and so hopefully you would get that one last kind of thing?
Yeah, I kind of thought that. Even if you wandered into the Broken Wizard early, I figured that all the spawners and everything would turn you away, or at least make it difficult enough to wait until you're well equipped. So.
Yep, and it worked on me.
I've seen some people that just went right for the Broken Wizard and with no fear, and sure enough pulled the record out, and then.
Yep, I almost did. I mean, I came really close. I did, my one kind of like mad run attempt or whatever, and I got right up to the birdcage and then got pelted by gas and died before I had a chance to kind of plug up the area.
Mm-hmm.
So, out here, this is something else that my viewers will have already seen by the time this airs, but you haven't seen me play through. So basically, you took the nether fortresses and then replaced them with stronghold bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like the look of it. I see that there's like all different kinds of stronghold bricks, and so like, how did you do that to get like some be cracked and some be silverfish and some be?
Basically, I just allocate a lot of RAM to Minecraft, and I use World Edit. You can't really do that with MC Edit, but I basically selected the entire area with World Edit. And I use this command that's replace. And what you can do with the replace command, it's intended to just say replace netherrack with stone, or but you can actually make it say replace nether brick with 10% this, 10% that, 10%
Ah, I
this.
see. Okay.
And so if you have enough RAM for an area like this, you can do huge commands like that and transform large areas. But yeah, if you don't have at least 4 gigs of RAM dedicated to your Minecraft, you're going to crash it doing stuff like that. So
I see.
yep, that's what I did.
Cool. And then I guess the jack-o'-lanterns are glowstone or gravel. I couldn't decide.
Let's see, it was glowstone and gravel, I believe.
Okay.
Yep, and then I cut out all the netherrack
Right.
and soul sand.
Yep. Yeah, it took me a little while to like figure out. I originally saw the stronghold bricks, and I decided, oh, it was a real-world stronghold that was imported into the Nether, and then I realized that it was in the shape of a Nether fortress, and yeah, it finally kind of came together in my head how you must have created this area. And so yeah, copy pasta, but it was still
Copy pasta.
it was still fun, and. Yeah, basically over here, you can see how I played this because you haven't had a chance to see those videos yet. I brought some half slabs with me to try to like make fewer areas where the ghast could spawn because they're spawning on kind of like these flat areas over here, and so I was trying to break it up, and so I didn't have too much problem with ghasts for the most part. This whole area in general, like again, was very regular, and you had the intersections with creeper spawners and with magma cube spawners.
Yeah.
And yeah, not many spawners it felt like, and so. And by this point, like I had all the best equipment, and so yeah, I had a pretty easy time at this area. So I would have liked this area to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I definitely should have ramped up. I think spawner density would have really changed the game on this area. Just more spawners, more combat. In which I was so used to, because I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to come out with this being my first map and just overdo it with spawners and give people a reason to complain. And but by this time, yeah, I probably should have definitely ramped up the spawners.
And
Sure.
yeah, I did. I had to explore a bit of this area, but then I finally got over here and saw that there was. In single player, I could see the gas spawners on top of this tower, and this definitely looked like a different building. And so, yeah, I basically just approached from right over here where I'm standing, and I walked in the front door, and I just quickly busted in and got what I needed and got out.
Didn't have any problems, huh?
Yeah, I approached it like 3 or 4 times. I did have one problem, which is I accidentally hit a pigman right before I was going in, and so I had to kill
Ooh.
off a few pigmen as well. But at that point,
Yeah.
there's an awesome diamond sword that you have in here that has like
Oh
four
yeah.
enchantments on it, and I already found that, and so everyone
Super
was like a
sword.
two-hit kill,
Yeah.
and some people were one-hit kill, and yeah, and so I just kind of annihilated the area, I think.
Hmm.
And then finally, is it Hell on Earth? Is that the name of the area over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is possibly my favorite area on the map,
Really.
just because it's like the real world in the Nether, and then
Yeah.
with occasional, extra blaze spawners and different things.
Hmm.
And I felt like I had like some like nostalgia, like I haven't been playing normal Minecraft, and all of a sudden I'm exploring kind of normal Minecraft world,
Yeah.
and little cave systems that only go down like a tiny ways or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that, and so this was a fun area for me to explore. And it was also I found this area. I went to this area before I went through the fortress to find the redstone ore that was hidden in the birdcage over there, and so I found the coal ore in the birdcage over here. And
Okay.
so it was a surprise to me to find the coal ore in the birdcage, and because I was thinking I was going to get a silk touch pick and go back for that other coal ore that I'd found or something. And so it
Hmm.
was also just like the pleasant surprise of that. And so I enjoyed this area a lot. And again, yeah, I guess part of it, I guess, you had to make your own trees, obviously, because there's some super tall trees here. Was any of this imported terrain generation, or did you design all of this?
No, this was. It's kind of. I'd probably say 75% just regular terrain generation, and then yeah, I kind of sculpted a little bit of it, and then of course all the trees are built. Um, but yeah, I guess I kind of cheated a little bit and used Minecraft's terrain,
Hmm.
and
But
then
yeah,
I removed all the grass, of course, and
yeah.
each one of these puddles is all handmade. So
Oh yeah, and then when I found the water, because I saw the reeds and it didn't even occur to me. And then at some point I came over and I heard the water like actually flowing, and I was like, oh wow, water in the Nether. Although at this point like there wasn't anything really useful to do with it that I could figure out. I guess you could try
yeah,
to like have it spill out in different locations, but
yeah.
made the area look cool. So that was cool.
Kind of gives you a basically it was just for like a defense technique against the blazes. So you'd
Hmm.
have
At this point,
your
I had already made my soul sand. Oh, so that's I went back to the area of bad dreams to get more soul sand, so I could plant the nether wart and then have as many fire resistance potions as I wanted.
hmm
And so I'm just walking around here with fire resistance potions, and so yeah, I didn't need any defense against the blaze.
your super Brian.
That's right. But yeah, I like the look of this area, and it was a fun area to explore because it just gave me kind of like normal Minecraft nostalgia exploration.
Did
Uh,
you find the little secret tunnel underneath the
oh,
waterfall?
I did not.
See, I'm not sure.
I
I
did.
know the
I
tunnel was
actually am
there.
not sure that I even saw a waterfall, and so I'm
Okay.
following you now. I'm behind you.
So right over here, and I'm not sure if this version of the map was trapped or if I trapped it later.
There
Oh
were a bunch
yeah,
of blaze spawners down here that I killed,
yeah.
and you can see
It's
they burned up a bit of the. Yeah, there's still some blaze spawners that I didn't break open.
oh, it's trapped pretty good, that's for sure.
Ah, but I did not see this little tunnel. Is there a waterfall though that I didn't see? Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to get in here. The waterfall is right
oh,
over
TNT
this.
everywhere. I see it trapped. Okay,
Yeah. So as soon as the blaze shoots you, you're pretty much done for.
I see, but I did not
But,
see this.
so yeah, this was basically, yeah, it was basically just a trap. Make you think you found a waterfall and a little secret tunnel, and then you get to the end and you got blazes and TNT, and there's not a real good chance for you to come out of
Ah, I
that
see.
alive. But yeah, I thought this would be if you're
Nice.
making your way through the forest area,
Yep.
you'd come across this and say, "Hey, what's this?"
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. If I had found this, I definitely would have explored it. But I just
Hmm.
happened to be going in a different direction, and so I ended up going around the outside, and I found those blazes from the outside, and I just passed them by and kept exploring, and so yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like you burn it down either, so that's pretty
Oh
good.
wow! Hey, you're right. Yeah, I had the blazes set that one little area on fire. I think possibly there are still some fires burning in a couple of places, and I moved through this area so quickly that uh,
Oh yeah.
maybe maybe if I stood in the area for another half an hour, the entire place would burn down. Who knows?
Yeah.
With my luck.
A lot of these areas I've noticed that if you just attack and move quickly,
Hmm.
there's a lot less
Oh yeah,
chance that you're going to get, bombarded with anything. You can kind
Yeah.
of easy that way.
Pimpin' Panda is one of those players who just rushes through things, and at the very beginning, like he was just like
Hmm.
kicking butt with that strategy. Pause on
Hmm.
Pause does that sometimes. Green Rave, a few people that I watch, and I wish I could get myself to either be bolder that way, but I like to think about the areas and try to like plan a strategy, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's just not my natural mode of going. But I would like to add that to my Minecraft repertoire so that I'm capable of just rushing in because it
Yeah,
does seem
yeah.
to be an effective strategy in a lot of places.
But like, one of the things I find entertaining about watching your channel, though, is that you're very good at verbalizing what you're thinking. So your strategies are almost like the most interesting part of what you do. So it's really fun to watch you, just because you're verbalizing exactly what you're thinking and strategizing about. So
Hmm.
I like that part.
Cool. I'm glad. At this point, I think we've explored everything except for the last disc that I found. I actually emailed you to ask. I was like, "Is the last disc on the starting island? I haven't been able to find it, and that's the only named area."
Hmm.
And yeah, and so I think if I at this point, like 1.2 is out, and I wanted to go ahead and play it, and so I think I would have spent more time looking for it on my own, and probably would have found it on my own anyway.
Hmm.
But yeah, I didn't mind going ahead and asking for a little hint. And so you gave me a little bit of a hint. You said that it was on the starting island and uh, not necessarily to look in kind of the obvious areas. And so I started digging around, and I'll show you where I went to dig.
Okay.
Um, Basically, over towards the Magna Citadel is one of the few areas of the starting island that I never bothered to light. Um, and so somewhere, yeah, right down here is a staircase that I dug down just to start digging under
Oh,
that
okay.
area and did some digging and exploring over here. Oh no, this is not the one where I found. That was when I was trying to light the area like back a number of episodes ago. Where did I finally find this disc? Um Gosh,
Yeah.
this was only like 2 days ago in real time and like I've completely forgotten.
I think, let's see. I think this is the intended entrance over here,
I've lost track. Oh, where are you? Oh, okay.
but it's buried in dirt. So I'm curious as to how you got in there.
uh
I
Yeah,
think this is it.
let's just dig and see what we find. Creative mode, this will be easy. Oh, there's a brick.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah. There it is. Okay.
Okay, yeah. And so I dug some other. Well, no, I didn't come in this entrance, but there are some torches here.
Hmm.
Oh, I see. I dug through. I don't remember where I dug in. Over here is a little tunnel. Okay. So I was just digging somewhere kind of randomly under the island, and I started hearing a bunch of skeletons over in this direction.
Hmm.
And yeah, finally found this and saw that there were bricks and enemies and ran around in here and yeah, then there were skeleton spawners on either side of here, and so I just kind of like made a wall to push forward to block off the skeletons, and then found the bird cage, and then I saw there's some holes in the ceiling, and so there were a few places on the starting island where if I happened to fall in the hole, like I would have just kind of landed in this little dungeon.
Hmm. Or
And
actually, what I intended those for is if you wanted to make a mob trap, a skeleton trap.
oh,
See, if you would have found this area first, you would have still been kind of resource starved.
yeah, and so having the arrows would have been real useful.
Hmm. And then these over here, I think they confuse a lot of people. But this was, basically if you happen to hear the skeletons and you're over in this area here, you could have used the vines to block down and build a staircase.
Sorry, I've lost
And
track of where you are. I am just
I'm
behind the
right
bird
behind you.
cage. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. So basically, right around here is the edge, and if you're over here, you would have heard the skeletons, and you could have blocked down on the vines. So
Oh,
so basically, these are just kind of little defense skeletons. Little,
gotcha. To prevent you from
yeah,
easily coming in this area. Yep, that makes
yeah,
sense.
make it difficult.
And yeah, I haven't ever. This would be one good place. Well, I guess at the beginning you wouldn't have the iron necessarily. If you had shears to like put some vines, because the bad guys can't see you through the vines or whatever, like could be a good way to like prevent the skeletons from seeing you as you're trying to attack. If you could manage to get one
Sure,
vine growing over there.
sure.
Wow. Yeah, I built this whole. I'm kind of surprised that I never. Well, I guess from the rail line. No, you can actually. Well, I guess there wouldn't be the torch there. I just put a torch in there, and so now it's easier to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was building this rail line, I would have been kind of looking down at my feet as I was building the whole time, and so I'm just going to say I was surprised I didn't see it, but it's still pretty well hidden.
So what was the area that didn't have a record? Now I'm curious.
No, the area that didn't have a bird cage was the Bad
Or
Dreams.
birdcage.
Bad
Bad
Dreams in the water,
dreams.
because it's just in the water, and you said the
Oh.
iron bars rusted. We already talked about
Okay.
it, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
And yes, and so it's someone else, someone commented on one of my videos. There was another chest that just had like cakes and bricks inside the same place in the bottom of the water. And so they found that chest and then they left.
Hmm.
And so they said, "Oh, there's a bird or there's a disc in there. Now I need to go back." And
Yeah.
so at least one person got thrown off by that. Although admittedly, if they'd found the backdoor entrance that said, "Did you find a record yet?" then hopefully maybe they would have been clued in that there was a record there.
Yeah. I guess I threw a few curveballs because, I put you through the little training session right before you start the map.
Hmm.
And, I show you what the loot boxes are going to look like. And I don't know if you noticed, but on the starting island, none of the loot boxes look like that. The
Oh, well,
chest buried in the
I didn't
ground.
find any of. I mean, I didn't find the X marks a spot.
Oh, did
Oh
you
yeah, I
not?
should show you. So basically, in the previous episode that you haven't seen yet, I go and I dig out the X marks the spot because when I'm digging around under the starting island, I was like, okay, I've seen in other people's videos that this is here. Hold on. Oops, I want to turn off the rain. Okay. So yeah, I dug up under here and looking to see if the birdcage was down there, like further below, if I keep digging under that chest and it wasn't there. I dug under the VF, and so I found that there's another loot chest down here.
I always forget about this one.
And
What was
it's
in here
it's
besides
got an
there's a good
enchanted
shovel?
it's yeah, the enchanted gold shovel. It's got coal and pork chops, so really useful materials actually at the beginning. If I had decided to dig and find that, but yeah, I didn't find any of the loot boxes on the starting island other than the ones that were in the starting house. The one that was in the starting house.
Yeah.
Are there other
Which
loot
actually
boxes?
was like a normal loot box, I guess.
Oh no, I did find one. That's right. I found this one that was right next to some lava, or sitting right above or below some lava. That's like over here.
Oh, sure. The flint and steel, I
Yes.
believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the only one I found, and it didn't even occur to me that it wasn't in. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten. Like, you have the tutorial at the beginning, but I'd completely
Mhm.
forgotten about it. Like, you remember when I went to the area of the snow golems and I found the hut, I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be a record disc? And, like, if I'd remembered that there were bird cages, then, yeah, I would have known it wasn't going to be the record disc yet. But I was just excited to find anything at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that you have kind of like this setup or whatever, it's the bird cages are like the fleecy boxes, and I think
Mhm.
more people will be more aware of them because they'll have seen other people's let's plays, and so if you do make other maps, you won't necessarily need kind of like that whole introductory system. Like, it's probably good to have in the map for anyone who's playing it for the first time, but a lot of
Mhm.
people will already be familiar, so that's good.
Yeah, it gives me a little bit more freedom in future maps with the spawn point and everything too. I don't really like Vex has done in some of his recent maps. He's done the deal where if you die without a
Oh,
bed
with the bed
spawn,
system, yeah.
it's game over. I don't think I'll do that, but I think there's some other creative things I could do with starting the player off away from the actual spawn point and playing some games with them anyway. Being a little mean.
Indeed. And so I never came up above the ceiling, and I guess for SMP players... Oh, I see there's chests up here.
Oh, there's a creeper too.
Yep. There's a lot of monsters spawned up here, actually. I see, with the water block. And so
Yeah,
I did see in someone else's videos water raining down from the ceiling, and I guess that's just so they have an easy way down.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, because spawning's still weird.
Yeah.
I tried really hard. When I made this, it'd been a long time since I've really played a lot of SMP. But I actually made this. This is centered around a chunk, and it's
Mhm.
actually 2 blocks larger than an actual chunk. And so I thought, well, this
In
is
theory, it should be perfect, and you'll never
in
spawn on the ceiling.
right, but leave it to Minecraft, and you're gonna
Right.
spawn right on the ceiling.
My
so-
suggestion for this is, rather than giving people water blocks, have a thing where they can like push a button and it will open a piston and a water stream will go down for like a moment and then go away again, and so they can jump down
Ooh.
into the water stream, and that way they don't get the free water at the beginning because
Sure,
they
that's a
accidentally
good
got
idea.
unlucky. Because yeah, I saw someone else with a water stream at the beginning, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that a different version of the map? How come I don't have water? I could really use that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just a suggestion, and not accidentally give the player water when you're trying to give them a free way down.
I'm gonna have to work on that. That'd be a good idea.
And yeah. All right. I'm looking back through my notes to see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about, but I think at this point we've covered everything. We probably spent an hour. I'm gonna have to break this up into a few episodes, but this was fun to talk about.
Definitely, yeah. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah, I enjoyed the map. It was mostly a ton of fun. It was occasionally pretty painful, especially at the beginning. Like I got 3 or 4 episodes into it, and I was like another one of those kind of oh no, what have I gotten myself into kind of moments.
Yeah.
But
Am I
yeah,
gonna have to quit this map?
I think
Everyone's
yeah,
watching.
episode 20 or 21, I'd just gotten 3 discs, and I was estimating it might take me 70 episodes, but it only takes me. We're in episode like 42 or 43 right now, and so that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it before, but yeah, once you get equipped, the pace picks up, and it is just capping over here. Look at this.
Yeah, this is one of the few areas I didn't light up, and I have never tried to light it up just because it's like, all right, let's let all the mobs spawn over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can see another bridge I built. I didn't even show this in my other episode, but basically when I was looking for the starting island, like I came down here and I just built a bridge out here to try to look underneath to see if I could find a bird cage from over here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I did spend a bit of time looking all around, but I did eventually find it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again very much for the map. It provided
Absolutely.
me with lots of entertainment. It provided lots of my viewers with lots of entertainment. I see a number of other people playing it. I've been trying to watch lots of other people just because it's fun after you played the map to go and see how other people tackle areas. And so,
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been spending way too much time watching YouTube ever since this map came out. It's I try to watch everybody's, and yeah,
yeah, it's still kind of barely possible at this point to watch every Final Fantasy video, but I expect
sure.
it's going to continue to grow perhaps. Although I don't know. Have you played it in 1.2 or seen anyone play it in 1.2 to know how it changes? I expect that the mob AI may unbalance things somewhat. I don't know if there's any
It
other
it is a
changes.
lot tougher. The Especially the starting island. I mean, it's really going to be. I didn't change anything. I actually, because of 1.2's lighting system and the new anvil format, it's breaking every
Oh,
custom map.
right. I forgot the bedrock
So
ceiling, and now everybody could spawn on top of the bedrock ceiling, and yeah.
yeah, so it's I actually spent hours over the weekend trying to update on my end everything I could to fix all these issues, but it's just up to Jeb and the team to kind of fix all the map doesn't crash anymore when you load it in 1.2, but it just has horrible lighting errors.
I see.
So yeah, and the lighting errors actually do affect monster spawning, so
I see.
yeah, I've loaded it into 1.2, and the mobs are awesome. I kind of like all the new AI, but it is going to be tough. It definitely toughened up the map quite a bit. But yeah, in that time, I also added a few little new quirks, so anybody that downloads the map now will have a little bit of a new experience
All
to.
right, that's good because
Yeah.
one of the things I feel like is that's unfortunate with these maps is there isn't a whole lot of kind of replay value. But if the map
Mhm.
makers keep on updating things, and obviously any playthrough you see won't have seen like every little secret, people could still enjoy kind of playing them through.
Mhm.
I think it'll be really interesting in the future if there's some way to do uh, some kind of randomizing. Like I'm thinking, I just have an idea in my head, and I'm not at all sure how you'd implement it. But something
Mhm.
like the snow golem area where you have all the stalactites. If there was like a way that you could like somehow mirror image it or substitute out certain chunks, and so there's like 4 quadrants that could be randomized whenever you download the map, and so
Oh,
where it
that'd be
was for
cool.
you might be not somewhere where it was for someone else, but it would take kind of a
Mhm.
lot of map design. I don't know if you could. Yeah, I don't know
It's
exactly.
it's
It's just kind of a vague idea I have in mind.
it's one of those things. It's probably just like Minecraft. I mean, they could develop Minecraft forever, and I could probably do the same thing with this map. But then, yeah, I'm never gonna make a new map
Right,
if I do
exactly.
that.
Yeah, it
So
takes so much time.
yeah, so yeah, it's I'm really happy. Like the most recent update, I think is probably the most solid version of the map yet. And if it is able if they're able to fix all the bugs with the new save format, it will be a pretty fresh experience for anybody who's played it or watched an LP of it. So if they want to try it again, but
All right, what
yeah,
version number is that?
I actually upped it to 2.0.
I
So
see. All right.
yeah. So like I said, I've kind of changed things around. I definitely fixed all the issues with the pyramid. So pretty much everything we've talked about is accounted for as far as that
Gotcha.
goes.
Yep.
Which that was the biggest thorn in my side. Just so hard. I think I told Foot it was like watching people burglarize your house over and over and over again. It's just don't go in there. No, not the iron. So yeah, it's all fixed up as far as that goes, and some new traps. A lot of the feedback I received is that people seem to like traps more than they like getting bombarded with mobs. So I didn't think I really bombarded mobs too much, except for
Yeah.
in the broken wizard
Yep.
area. But I definitely added some more traps and stuff that I was afraid to add because I thought it'd been done too much, and then other traps that I just didn't want to use right away. I didn't want
Hmm.
to pull out all the best tricks right off the bat. So
Right.
it's definitely a new map, version 2.0.
All
But
right. Excellent. So
yeah,
yeah, people should definitely check out version 2.0 of the map if they haven't played it before. You can
mhm,
check out 32's channel. It's Epic Realms on YouTube. Obviously, it's been linked in all of my Final Fantasy playthrough.
yeah,
And yeah, he's got a playthrough of Vex's Nightmare Realms over there that I guess you just finished that up, didn't you?
yeah. Just finally succeeded, man. It took me a long time.
And so go check that out. And yeah, definitely check out the map, and we'll look forward to yeah other stuff from you in the future. I saw you had that little like mini map that was kind of more kind of like parkour puzzly kind of stuff, but I haven't really looked
Hmm.
at it at all myself other than to watch the little preview video.
Hmm. Yeah, I got to get somebody LP in that, or I might have to do it myself. But yep, it's another one. It's definitely ROM hack hard. If this map wasn't ROM hack hard enough for you,
Hmm.
the other one will be. So yeah,
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. I really enjoyed yeah hearing about this and getting a chance to talk to you. And thanks again for the map.
absolutely. Thank you, Brian.